everyone, and welcome back to the tripleu podcast. We are so excited to be back for another episode. We hope you enjoy this week, and thank you to all who have continued to support us and listen along. And to anyone who's just joining us for the first time, you are very, very welcome. Thank you so much for coming along. And we hope you enjoy this episode. Love you so much.
Was it last year or the year before that video went viral where the reporter, did you see it? Where she did like 5, 4, 3, and then it was like 2, 1? Well, like it was recorded and then it went like viral or whatever.
Live, and it went viral.
Yeah. It went. People saw it.
I love like news bloopers or news fails, I think it is. There's that classic one where they're interviewing 2 runners who are out in the snow, and they're like, yeah, the conditions are just so great, it's a soft landing, and da-da-da, and then they start to run off, and one of them just wipes out. Like,
amazing! We love people falling over. That isn't us. Yeah, that isn't us. How you doing, pal?
I'm good. I'm good, Lee. Rocking and rolling.
That didn't sound like it was good.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
You are actually genuinely good?
Yeah, no, genuinely good. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know, I keep saying it, and I feel like the more I say, yeah, I'm good, everything's fine, makes it sound like it's not good, but I am in fact good.
This is going to sound really rude, but it's not meant to be. It's just an observation that your sweater is exactly the same color as your wall.
Well, I'm trying to blend in and just be ahead.
As we were talking about news fails, you know...
Should I change?
No!
There's buttons. You can see.
Yeah, I know. Just, you just merge into the green screen behind you. We could make you just a floating head.
It's something on here.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be amazing.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, I didn't really take that into account. I was just like, this is comfy.
We'll just do the weather on top of you.
Perfect. I love your pizza hoodie. Is it?
Hoodie. Yeah.
Hoodie.
Branded. Thank you. It's not a cheap one. It's not a knockoff. It's the OG. I've had it for, I want to say 3 years now.
Wow.
I bought one for my sister and one for me 3 Christmases ago.
Aww.
I have never washed it.
Nice. Well seasoned.
I'm just putting it out there, right?
Well seasoned.
It is essentially a duvet. I mean, she's thick. It would take days to dry. I don't even know if she'll fit in the machine. And like, as you know, I don't have a tumble dryer, and everybody goes on about how washing dishes is like the worst thing about being an adult, but actually they're wrong. And it's for those people that don't have a tumble dryer and have to wash and dry washing. It's just constant. So yeah, the hoodie has never been washed. Maybe I should send it away. But,
get it dry cleaned?
Well, not dry cleaned, but there are people that once during COVID, my washing machine died.
Oh no.
Like right near the beginning when like nobody was allowed to do anything.
Nice.
So we found somebody that did washing, and like we sent like 4 bags, and it was like for 20 quid. They did like throws and blankets and shit like that. It was the best, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And it came back like all ironed and smelling nice and stuff like that. So yeah, support your local washer person.
Launderers.
Oh my god, I have a monster in the fridge.
For a second I was like, a literal monster?
Yes, it's a strawberry flavor. Oh my god, give me 30 seconds, I'll be right back.
For the folks at home, I thought she meant a literal creature of a monster. But she in fact means the energy drink. Strawberry flavored. So how's everybody's day going? I'm doing actually really well, even though it didn't sound like it at the start there. Uh,
Okay, I'm back.
Hi, girl.
They match.
Ooh, she's pretty.
Ain't she? Oh my god, I forgot about her. Okay. Okay.
Hell yeah, brother. Are you gonna punch some drywall now?
So what happens when
Have you?
I don't understand the
Maybe
correlation.
it's more of like a North American thing. It's like typically like a white straight male named Kyle would
Mhm.
drink Monster energy drinks and just punch drywall.
I thought that only bi girls drank Monster. I was under the impression that that's what the. No, this is not something
No.
you know. It must be a cultural thing because only cool gay girls drink Monster here.
Yeah, see, I'm more on the Red Bull front. I don't mind a Monster. I'll drink it, but
I've
I
actually had this
prefer.
conversation a lot recently about people that love or hate Red Bull. I'm on the I fucking hate Red Bull side.
But they kind of taste like Monster and Red Bull taste very similar, I find.
No, no.
You're like,
I'm
how
so,
very dare you?
I'm sorry, but Monster tastes like urine, and
Wait,
it smells like death.
Monster tastes
And
like urine?
no, Red Bull tastes.
I was like, girl, do you like urine? Mm.
Red Bull tastes like shit, pal. All right.
Red Bull gives
Eh,
you wings. Oh, what a night.
dun, 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 dun. So yeah,
So yeah, Red Bull tastes like pee, apparently. And Monster is top tier, apparently.
absolutely top tier. Yeah,
All right. All right.
I I don't make the rules. I feel like you either love Red Bull or you hate it. Like there seems to be no in between.
Hmm.
This is Miss Bella has just come back from. I took her halibut off her. She couldn't eat it all. She walked
Mm.
away from it, and I was like, "Do you know what, girl? I know you're going to go back to that and stuff yourself, so I'm going to pick it up." Because she's got big tummy on her right now. Hey, I gave her steamed halibut and milk for the listeners at home. Because
Delicious.
which I exploded all over the microwave twice because I'm
Mm.
an idiot. Because I'm an idiot, and I thought because it's in a really small tub that I brought home from work, and I was like, this will be too small to do this in, but I'm going to put it in anyway because I'm too lazy to get a bigger tub. And of course, I had to clean the inside of the microwave twice, but never mind. So yeah, she's happy now. It's been ages since
Well,
she's had fish. That's why she's alive for so long. Is I don't give her shit all the time.
well, fish, I think, wouldn't be shit necessarily,
Well,
unless.
I don't know because there's this whole thing where people are like feeding their dogs like meat and fish and stuff all the time, and I get it. That's what dogs live on theoretically in the wild. But we've domesticated these little things. You know, we're
Mm,
not. I don't. Surely they don't have the immune system and the digestive system of a wild dog anymore. So therefore,
right.
it's all well and good turning. I know I don't know the science behind any of this. This is just my assumption.
I'm like, yes.
Is we've been breeding these things for generations to survive on biscuits. So it's lovely to be like, yeah, let's give them a steak every now and again. Um, but I don't think it should be their entire
Diet.
diet.
Yeah. Give them a
Yeah,
little treat.
I think it should just be like a little treatsy. And they start to then want your food more because your food is the nice thing to them, and they're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about dogs. I don't know anything about anything. I'm here. I'm just a girl with a microphone in a pizza onesie coming to you, asking you to love me.
You're
That's all I
literally
am.
just a girl.
I'm literally just a girl. I'm just a girl.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Track 1. Chapter 1. Sam's week so far. I'm not possessed.
Good to know.
I Is somebody beeping?
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
It was my Yeah, that's the sound of my father's car when the key is left in it, but the door gets shut.
Ah,
So it's a good little reminder beep,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
also like, I know I'm going for it. Thank you. Um,
My car also does that if I have the key and I try to open the door, keys in the
mm,
ignition, I was like, obviously I know it's there. I didn't forget. Don't be silly. I would prefer if it told me when I haven't like taken it out of gear or put the handbrake on. That would be easier because I do that shit
uh-huh.
all the time. I was like, I don't care about the keys. I'll eventually figure out when I try to get into my house that I don't have the keys.
Uh-huh.
What I don't want to happen is to me forget to put the handbrake on and it just fucking rolls down the hill. That would be more helpful.
Is that
Just
like a
saying.
common thing that you have to do with your car? Because here we just put it in park and she's good to go.
Yeah, I know because it automatically puts brakes on because it's an automatic.
Word.
Word. Yeah,
I
I
don't know
don't.
much about cars.
I got to do that myself.
Ah, that makes sense. Right, you
Yeah.
drive manual.
Yeah.
Stick.
A stick indeed. A shaft. I I control that shaft.
You make that shaft your bitch.
I do indeed. I know how to
So,
work it.
you're not possessed. Very relieved to hear that.
I
The
love that you just
folks at
cut off
home
my
and I were
sex
very
talk.
concerned for you.
Yeah. Okay. So, to stay honest, last week, it lasted 11 minutes. I know this because I recorded it on my phone. I set my phone up so I have the video for the full thing, and it felt like it was a lot longer than that. It
Hmm.
occasionally felt a little bit awkward because we giggled our way through it. Right? We didn't
Hmm.
have a Ouija board. That was the original plan. Was a Ouija board. Also, people are shite bags, so a lot of them ended up going home because they weren't thinking with their upstairs brains that it would be so late at night. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So there ended up only being four of us, and we just sat in a circle with candles and spoke to the spirits of the building, which is 500 years old. And I believe that we made connection with several spirits, and it was a good time had by all. We're definitely going to do another one. That the next one we do, however, the our boss will be locked in a cupboard somewhere
Hmm.
nowhere near us, as he at one point ended the seance by knocking on the door outside uh, and scaring us shitless. All of us
Mm.
screaming. And I have the video of us all turning. I mean, we all look petrified. I mean, the screams that were screamed, do you know what I'm saying? We all look absolutely petrified. And then I came home. I dropped everybody off because it was like 1 a.m. It was freezing cold. I dropped everybody off at home and I was like, I can't watch this video tonight. I'm a little bit.
Are
Ooh.
you spooked?
I watched it and I was like, haha, funny, thinking everything's grand. I ended up having nightmares all night about my boss basically just jump scaring me over and over and over
Oh
again.
no.
I woke up exhausted the next day. So it was a very, very good, fun thing. Unfortunately, we seem to have woken something in the building
Oh, good.
because I
Great.
have now had everybody say to me when I see them, by the way, this thing happened. I heard somebody say my name, I heard a bang on the door, a glass fell off the table. Everybody's like, I don't know what you did, but.
I
And
don't
I'm
like
like,
that.
and I'm like, well, I don't mind. I'm safe and protected.
I don't like that.
I asked if so there was one moment where I was like, so we've all decided that the ghost has a name that is a specific person based on historical things that we've
Events.
mostly pulled out of thin air,
Yeah.
right? But and I won't give too much away because it'll probably be quite easy to track this down, and I don't want anybody that's affiliated with the company to get in trouble, right? Because we were, there after hours shenaniganing, right? But excuse me, that's my dog playing with her squeaky Brussels sprout that my aunt gave me because she didn't want to hear the squeak, and now I have to live with the squeak. So I'm just gonna take it off of her for the next hour while we record. So, yeah, we decided we were speaking to the nice spirit that lives in the building. And I asked the nice spirit, I said, "Nice spirit, are we safe and protected in this building?" And the nice spirit said yes, at the exact same time that there was a massive rumble in the building.
Right, so that nice spirit could have been
Mm-hmm.
lying.
No, I think the nice spirit is protecting us, but then there was a bad spirit also floating about being like, the second she stops protecting you, though, you better believe I'm coming for your throats. That's what I took from it.
Ugh.
So I think there might be a little bit of a supernatural kerfuffle going on in the building right now. Anyway, as a result of this, my boss, who's never had an original thought in his life, and does listen to this podcast, by the way, so hi. He's gonna have a paranormal night and invite our readers and psychics and make a whole hoo-ha of it. And I have demanded a cut of the profits because it was my idea. So yeah, that'll be so fun, right?
Oh, good.
I know, I'll be able to keep you up to date. But I'm not possessed.
Yet.
And I have all these tattoos on me that are, I have loads of,
Okay.
I'm good. I can't be possessed even if I wanted to be.
Okay.
So your thoughts, I can tell from your face, are holy shit. I know you don't fuck with it.
I don't fuck with it. I don't fuck with it. I don't even acknowledge. And this right now, we've opened a door. And
you're lucky you're 3,000 miles away from me? The door is pretty far away from you.
Yeah, but sneaky fuckers. Sneaky fuckers.
Mm-hmm.
See, when you said you had a monster in the fridge, I was like, yeah, it's a monster from your fucking pub.
I brought it home. I'm just keeping it in the fridge. Yeah. Of all places.
It keeps it at bay. The cold keeps it.
Well, if the cold keeps the demons at bay, it's doing fucking well this week because, girl, it has cold snapped here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
That's nice. What's funny, though. One of our mutual friends, she sent me a screenshot of her weather forecast. She's in Belfast. But, it's across the pond from us. So it's y'all are having colder weather than we are here in the Great White North.
Yeah.
Where it's, I think 2 days ago, it was 16 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, it is chill. And this is last week I was literally wearing a cardigan.
Yeah.
But then, it was -5 the other morning. While I was going to pick up my fucking car as well and relying on public transport, which is trash. And I've never been so grateful in all of my life to be a driver, like Jesus Christ Almighty. Try to get a bus in this fucking neighborhood. Ridiculous. My body, I tell you, I was outside for an hour and 45 minutes in -5 degree weather. And I was happed up. Happed, by the way, means wrapped in Scots. I was wrapped up.
Cozy
and I was, literally it took me hours when I got back here to get cozy. I literally was cold to my bone. It was awful. I hate being cold. I'm not a fan of being cold. Hence the Udi tonight as well. Hence the Udi.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of being out in the cold and not knowing when I'm going to get warm. But otherwise, you have a rough estimate of when I'm going to get back into nice warm weather. Then I'm like, okay, I can deal with this.
I did not know the answer to that question, and I think that was what it made it particularly bad. I had no idea when this bus was coming. And then when I got to my car, I had to defrost the inside of the window. There was ice on the inside. It was not the outside.
Inside?
The inside. I made it snow on myself. Basically, when I was scraping the window. Yeah. I was like, I really don't know what to do with the snow that is now on top of me.
You made your very own snow globe.
I didn't. I was the snow globe. Yes. Yeah. God picked up my car and shook me. I was like, bro, no, this is not how I wanted my first snowfall of the season.
I just imagine it's like we're actually um in some like little kid's room, and we are the snow globe, and their little like sticky hand just reached down and grabbed your car and like shook you around.
Yeah, and broke everything in it and cost me a small
Yeah.
fortune. But it's fine. She actually drives really well right now, but she does need more work, unfortunately. But she drives like a fucking dream.
Good.
Um, yeah, so only probably another grand I'm gonna have to drop on her before the end of the year. You know, it's fine. What's that? You know?
Yeah. Everything you spend comes back to you tenfold.
Oh my god, that's one of my daily affirmations. Like
There you go.
literally word for word.
Love it.
Everything I put out to the universe comes back to me tenfold.
And I've just put it back to you, so it's like,
Girlfriend, that was just the universe speaking to me right there. Oh, that's made me warm and fuzzy. I haven't had a really nice universal, for a few days now because I've been feeling so shit. I've not noticed them. Not that they're not happening. Of course, they're always happening. I just haven't been in my gratitude, in my noticing it, in my vibes the
mm-hmm.
last few days because I've been like, I just want to be left alone and be lazy and watch TV and sleep and blah blah blah. So I haven't really been in my good place. So thanks
Yeah.
for that. Thanks for
Of
that.
course. Of course. Anytime.
Course. Course.
Anytime.
So let's talk about cuffing season, shall we?
Sure.
Because
Are
it is the
you,
season.
yeah, it is the season.
Tis
Are
the
you
season.
considering it? Are you wanting to do it? Are you,
Yes.
okay. Lay it on me. What's the plan? What's the,
I don't know. I'm here for advice, really.
okay.
Um, I don't. I remember you saying the date, and I know it's recorded and it's out there for all of the people to reference. There was a time I deleted all the apps, and you were like, "Let it be known," and I was like, "Let it be known." And all of a sudden, it's cold
Mm-hmm.
and dark, and I don't have anything. I have, I've got the rosters, but it's not. It's not the roster. Isn't the kind of I wouldn't invite anybody on the roster in the house.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
the roster's there for physical financial gain, right?
Yes.
I don't like it might be nice. It might be nice.
So are you
Your
looking
little cuddle.
for,
Where you steal somebody's hoodie.
yeah.
It's somebody that
Yeah.
doesn't live miles and miles and miles away from me as well, because I have a
Sure.
habit of that.
Yeah.
You
Not super
know,
convenient. Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, yeah. I'm all about the long distance bestie, as you're aware. I'm like, distance doesn't matter, but it does when it's fucking -5 outside.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do I want to do? What do I want to do here? So,
Yeah. So are you looking for like intimacy? Are you looking for romance? Are you looking for your person? Are you looking for consistent dick? Are you looking for all of the above?
I theoretically have all of those
Yeah.
in different people.
Right.
It would be nice to just have. Maybe I need to just wipe the white. Maybe I just need to wipe the board clean
Mm.
and start and forge a new path. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Cut ties with the current roster. But look, I'm not willing to wait and or use you for other things. And I think I might just start all over.
Yeah. Do you think that it's preventing you from finding that thing?
Hanging on to things currently?
Mm, yeah, I guess. Or just like continuing on the way things are going. I'm trying to be like
Well,
not lay it all out there, but
that's why I made the psychic TikTok yesterday with I don't know the answer to any of these questions.
did you go to a psychic?
No, I wanted though.
Oh, you want to. Okay. Well, maybe that's your first step.
Go
Maybe you
a
can
psychic.
go meet a psychic, do your
Mm-hmm.
research on them because some of them might just be out for money and trick you. Um, but For the folks at home that don't know what cuffing season is, I know a lot of you will, but I know there's a few listeners that are family members of mine that may not know.
Most of our
Um,
listeners are, in fact, your family. So,
hey guys, thank you for your support. I love you so
oh,
much.
you've got a big family.
Uh, well, what can I say? I mean, it's not that big. It is big compared to some, but tiny compared to
Compared to
others.
mine,
So,
you've got a humongous family.
but yes, for my family members that don't know what cuffing season is, basically people get together once the weather gets cold. You know, they want someone to warm up to get cozy with, to do romantic-y things with, to snuggle and all that good stuff.
And then you
Um,
dump them come the spring, basically.
yeah, and that kind of was actually my last relationship without fully realizing it. But we hung out until the end of the summer because we were living together, which was all not great.
Yeah, I didn't say, wow, fast. That was a mistake.
Yeah. Oh, the whole thing was very quick, very fast. We moved in and became boyfriend girlfriend way too soon.
Boyfriend,
I was just
girlfriend.
very desperate for
Dick.
dick
Love.
and
Affection.
yeah,
Let's make
someone to
this a
just
little
want
bit
me.
nicer.
Yeah.
I think that I am not a fan of the concept of cuffing season because I'm not the kind of girl who gets into a relationship that isn't, I don't see longevity in.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a girl that has feelings regularly. So, therefore, if I am spending time with you, I see something, I see potential in it. If
Yeah.
I am, and I'm sure I've said this before, if I am sleeping over, I see something happening. That's
Mm.
potential because that's a big thing for me is sleeping with people. Not fucking people. I'll do that, for money, as we know.
Yeah, but
Um,
sleep.
but like sleeping over, being that level of it, having people in my house and like
Yeah.
lounging around with them all day and stuff like that. Meeting my dog. That's a big deal for me.
Big step.
This is my space. This is my sanctuary. This is mine. And to let people into my life in that way, or to spend an overnight trip with them and stuff like that, that's a big deal for me, and like sleeping next to somebody. I don't see a point in sleeping next to somebody unless I have a connection with them
Hmm.
personally. That's
Yeah.
just one of my boundaries, I guess. There's no point in, I don't see the point in it otherwise because I won't sleep properly, you know. I like my own space. I like being on my own. I like my own little routine way too much. I go to bed at night excited to wake up in the morning because I love my morning routine so much.
Hmm.
And I have for years since I got sober, because it didn't exist before because I couldn't couldn't keep anything down, was possibly still steaming, or I was downing the last of my drink from the night before when I got up.
Yeah.
Now, since I got sober, my morning routine is like so like important to me.
Precious. Yeah.
Yeah, getting up, having my time to have my coffee and wake up in my like alone time, whether it's, sort of immediately scrolling on TikTok or responding to messages or doing my whatever, morning routine stuff like self helpy self, oh my fucking god,
Self help. E.
that stuff that help, my little, writing
Practice.
things down, plans for the day, practices, lists, whatever I happen to be doing, and it's changed a lot over the course of the last 4 years,
Hmm.
but regardless, it is mine. And I love it so much that I genuinely get excited for it. When I go
Yeah.
to bed, I'm like, fuck yes, let's go. Um, so for me, if I am sleeping over with somebody, that's serious. I see potential because I wouldn't waste my time otherwise. And what I have
Hmm.
currently is lots of, um, the roster is rostering, but none of those people I would invite into my house. None of those people are, potential, worth my time. They're just literally filling in a gap,
They don't
which
meet
is great.
those
I,
requirements.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
they totally, yeah, and they don't therefore hit all of my needs of, I just want to snuggle in your arms,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So that's my problem with cuffing season is I'm not really a casual girl.
Hmm. Well, we've talked about this before, and you and I both are like lover girls. You
Yeah,
know, as much as we
100%.
like to say that, oh yeah, no, we're like tough and we don't feel anything, and, no one can hurt us. We're both very we're both very, very, like, we love romance. We love love. We love all the things that come with it,
Yeah.
and I totally understand the sleep thing too, because, like, you better, like, if you are sleeping next to me or I'm sleeping next to you in your bed or mine, you are very special to me, very near and
Mhm.
dear, because I too value my bed space and sprawling out
Yeah.
and my time. It's very, very precious to me. So I totally get that, and I hear where you're coming from. And I was telling you yesterday, that I heard this on TikTok actually, so I can't take credit for it. But, um, we were talking about your person, and um, the powers that be are coming up with something for you or somebody for you. And I heard or read or whatever the fucking case may be on TikTok someone say, like, let the universe cook. And I thought that was really cool because it could be used for any situation, a job, where you live, just life in general, a partner, you know,
Yeah. And
like,
interestingly, I saw this TikTok almost immediately upon opening the app this morning. Not from you sending it to me, just it popped up on my feed
yeah,
after we'd obviously been, you told me about it. And I
yeah,
was like, oh, I love it when that kind of shit happens, you know?
mhm,
I was like,
mhm,
just in case you didn't get the message last night when you were talking, here we go, you know? And I
yeah,
love it when that kind of stuff happens. So yeah, let the universe cook. You don't need to force it. But also, it's so difficult. I'm in that vibe of fuck. I'm so sick of being single.
yeah.
No, I'm not doing that again. That was inappropriate.
And
Yeah,
it's funny because, like, I have, like, um obviously I want to, like, be there for you and empathize with you and, like, be in that with you. And I don't want to be like that friend on the other side that's like, "Oh my gosh, babe, it'll happen when you least expect it," or like, "It'll happen da 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 da." And it's like, "Oh yeah, that's fucking easy because you're with somebody,
and
right?
it wasn't.
Easy
I
for
know it's so wild to think it wasn't that long ago that we both were single, and now it's so different. And I'm
yeah.
obviously thrilled for you. Obviously, so happy for you. And and I often pull a virtual face in the background. When
Oh,
I'm
I can
listening to
sense it.
some of your soppy messages and things like that. But I love to hear them. I really do, and I'm so happy that you're happy and things like that. And that is, I suppose, it just shows how quickly things can change because, like 6 months ago, me and you were both sitting, being like, on the apps or not on the apps, whatever the vibe was at the time, and talking about how fucking hell, man, how hard is it to find somebody, and blah blah blah, all this kind of stuff, and things have changed dramatically for you.
Yeah, well, it's like even just right at the start of us doing this, I was talking about Mr. Tinderman, who I sent a picture of a dildo to, and he was like, "Bye."
See
And it
ya.
was, like, literally not even 2 weeks, maybe, like, 2, 3 weeks later that I started dating my now boyfriend, which is still, like, odd for me to say. Um, but, because I always remember being in that position of wanting someone so badly and wanting to love and be loved in return and just, like, experience that and hearing people say those things to me or giving me some kind of advice when they are with somebody. And so, like, since I've gotten together with a boyfriend, I don't wanna come across as that person,
Yeah.
you know? And I accidentally the other day, when you were, like, raging about something, you said you had ice cream, and I was like, "I'm so glad that the ice cream is there to keep you company," and literally as soon as I said it, I was like, "That is the most patronizing, awful thing I could
I,
have said."
I was like, fuck. Thanks for that. I'm so thrilled I'm going home to a house that's empty and unloved, but I have ice cream.
I'm so s Oh god, yeah. So anyways, if anyone is listening that is either a man or a woman, whichever way you're wanting to go, that is watching and listening and sees my dearest friend, the amazing, wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous, hilarious, and that she is, reach out. But you better be deserving of her time.
Yeah, man. Do you know what? I realized this year I've been very man focused.
Mm,
I haven't had a man heavy year in years. And I wonder
maybe
if
that's
that's
the
the
problem.
problem. Maybe that's the problem. And I just seem to start off. I don't. I just there will always seem to be men floating around in my circumference, my radius.
Hmm.
Radius is half, circumference is full, right? Orbit. Let's go with that one. Um, there just seems to have been more men floating around my orbit this year than there have been women. I can't think of a woman of note this year, which is weird for me actually.
Hmm.
So maybe that's I don't know. I don't know what to take from that, but it did dawn on me the other day. Um, yeah, I don't know what. It's difficult at this time of year, and when everything else in life seems to be going so perfect, and this is it. Life is literally perfect right now. Everything has fallen fantastically into place. Every other aspect of my life, there's not a hair out of place.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only bit that is not in place right now, and I am putting way more focus on it than I should be because the fears are starting to creep in that, well, it's always been like this. You've always been able to get everything else sorted, but you've never been able to get this part of your life sorted, and maybe that means that you're going to be alone forever and die alone. That's where the fear goes, which is cray, obviously. And I have to, as you have so nicely reminded me, let the universe cook when it
Mm.
comes to this kind of stuff, and know that something is out there, something is coming, and it's just a matter of being patient and continuing to do the work on myself, and these things will, work themselves out. And at the end of the day, would I have been able to do anything that I've done this year if I were in a relationship? No. If any of the things that I wanted to happen this year, like relationship wise happened, I wouldn't have been able to be where I am right now with my career.
Mm.
And therefore I wouldn't be as booked and busy and have, everything kind of in place for the next, hopefully it all works out, for the next 6 months, 12 months of amazingness. And I if I'd been in a relationship and I'd, split my focus, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So the universe has allowed me this time. And now, because it feels like things are in place and things are settling down, I'm starting to be like, look around for more now, which is both greedy and natural.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
think.
say, I'm like, I don't know that it's necessarily greedy to want somebody.
Yeah.
Like, I think you just said it. It's a pretty natural human desire. If you are um not aromantic or asexual or whatever. But even then, you desire the
Yeah.
companionship, the human
Companionship is
connection.
so important to, yeah, humans, regardless as to whether you're looking for platonic, romantic, sexual.
Yeah. But, I think it's just emphasized because of the time of year as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember in years past, I'd feel the same way. As soon as winter was rolling around, as soon as it was Christmas, you see all those adverts for like, get your loved ones, da da da. And all the movies, every single Christmas movie, apart from like Jingle All the Way or like fucking Home Alone, are rom coms essentially.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just like shoved down your throat and commercialized to be like, you must be in love at Christmas. And sure, it's nice, but like, that's not the case for a lot of people.
I've always wanted to be proposed to on Christmas, and everybody
Oh,
I ask says, "Oh no, that's the worst thing I can think of." And I'm like, "Well, I don't know where. I don't know. I fucking love Christmas. I can't think of anything better than like a Christmas proposal. Like,
hey.
do you know what I mean? How do you feel about proposals at birthdays and birthdays? I find weird.
Yeah.
Get lost. It's my day. You can't have it. But Christmas, I think absolutely.
I think it depends, because like if that's the thing that you want, then that's a whole different story. But I can see on the other side how if the person doing the proposing were to do that just as a choice, then every Christmas after that, or every um Valentine's Day after that, or every anniversary, like it's how are you going to top that?
What? That's not how.
You
Okay,
know?
so that's not how gift giving works. First of all,
Yeah, but like just the
who are you?
experience
Are
as a
you
whole.
the Dursley kid who's like, I got fucking 37 birthday presents?
36, but last year I had 37.
Exactly. Are you I didn't realize I had to up my game every bloody year. Like I thought I
But
just
you
had
know,
to go and find
it's
something nice.
it's the thing that I've heard. It's not necessarily what I believe. Um, but you know, I don't know. I guess it depends. If that is something you want, then that's something you want, and you can let the person you end up with be like, "Hey, I would
Hey,
like to
how
be proposed."
you doing?
Hi, how y'all doing?
the um
Um,
the other day when you said that in our voice note, I said it along with you, like I say it. Like, how you doing?
hey, how y'all doing? Um, yeah, if you want to be proposed to on Christmas, let that person know
Get on
and
it.
make it happen.
Get the fuck on it. You've got less than a month. On you go.
Yeah,
No, slightly over a month. Slightly over a month. We're only on the 21st. So it's
20th.
21st today. 20th today. There we go.
20th today. It'll go up on the 21st if we can. Maybe. I don't want to make any promises.
I already want more chocolate, and all I've done today is eat chocolate. Like, I have got to get my shit together.
What kind of chocolate did you have?
I had a Malteser bar, I had an Aero bar, and I had normal dairy milk, and I had a Cadbury's flake ice cream, all of which I had yesterday as well.
Delectable.
Amazing, right?
So the Maltesers bar,
Oh my god, by the way, amazing.
is that like, does it have the crispiness of like Maltesers in it?
It doesn't really,
Ooh,
I don't know that it tastes totally like Maltesers, but it is very good.
it's nice.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So it's basically the chocolate with biscuit bits crunched up in it. Just fucking
Delicious. I love
amazing.
a bit of crispy something in my chocolate.
Hmm.
You know, like cornflakes or like those little puffy rice.
I wish they would make fruit and biscuit chocolate bars.
We have fruit and nut.
Well, this is what I'm saying. They have fruit and nut here as
Yeah.
well. And they do a little fruit and biscuit bar, like but they don't do big ones. I've never come across them, and I think fruit and biscuits is just fucking delectable. But nuts are trash. I don't know if we've spoken about this before, how much I fucking despise them.
You're not a fan of
Um,
nut?
have we not spoken about this before? Oh my
No?
god, it's like mine. Yeah, I hate nuts. Okay, I think they taste like tree bark or wood.
What about a
Uh,
cashew?
it tastes like soft wood.
Okay, what about a walnut?
I don't think I've ever had a walnut except on a cake, like sprinkled, so I can't properly. But I think shit. Wood. Everything's woody. It's all wood.
My dad would
Horrid
not be
wood.
pleased to hear this. Peter would be very upset. He loves
I
nuts.
I will fight Peter when I see him next summer about nuts. Like genuinely.
Oh, he can take you.
I hate them. They ruin everything. There's no need for them. They taste like wood or tree bark. They look like wood or tree bark. They I mean they kill people. Why don't we just get rid of them?
The
I
silent
also think
killer.
popcorn tastes like cardboard.
You don't like popcorn?
No, I fucking hate it.
Okay,
It's like
you don't
eating
like nuts.
squeaky cardboard.
You don't like popcorn, and you
Yeah.
don't like chewing gum.
Yeah, and I don't like chewing gum. No, I think that's disgusting. Also,
I think I need to like take a second reevaluate our friendship here. This is wild.
look, I'm sorry. I can't control the fact that you're eating food that doesn't taste like food.
Popcorn is delicious though. Like caramel popcorn, fucking
Caramel.
buttery popcorn at the
No,
movies.
no, no. Caramel cardboard is what you're eating. Buttery cardboard is what you're eating.
You know what? It's
Oh,
fine.
when it squeaks, you know what I
You
mean?
know what? It's fine because friends don't have to like all the same things.
Exactly.
And what,
Opposites attract, right?
yes. And what you won't have, I will eat, and vice versa.
Exactly. You know,
Tomatoes, get out of here.
and don't get me wrong, it's difficult to be me because as a vegetarian,
Hmm.
a lot of
Yeah,
things are
your choices are limited already, girl. You should be eating popcorn, nuts, and gum.
for a full balanced diet. But yeah, nuts are in everything. Like they do nut roasts and nut
Yeah.
this, that, and the next thing and stuff like that as a meat substitute, which is not something I eat regularly anyway. I don't really give a fuck about meat, and I don't want to substitute it. But whenever I do, for example, at this time of year, they're doing Christmassy shit. A lot of it's replaced with nutty stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
huh?
So how do you feel about nut milk?
I have never had nut milk, I don't think. So I cannot confirm or deny. Oh, no, wait. Almond milk, I don't like because you can taste the almonds in it.
Yeah. See, I'm not a huge fan of almond milk, actually. It's pretty nasty.
It's not bad in cereal. It just is quite creamy, like cold. But if you process it, heat it in any way, put it in coffee, tea, or cook with it or anything like that, the nut comes out. You can
Yeah.
really taste the nut. And it tastes like wood, so I'm not interested in eating it. Do you know what? I
Yeah.
reckon I'd actually like. Apparently, you can eat tree bark. So apparently, I think I'd probably like tree bark more than I like nuts. If I'm honest.
You'll have to compare.
Yeah, I'll have to go and get Katniss Everdeen to show me her tree bark trick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh, love the Hunger Games. That's a good series for this time of year, actually.
It really is. I haven't like properly watched them in a while. Like they're periodically I'll go through my Twilight phase of going to sleep too. Like I'll
Mm.
put those on and it's just like as soon as it gets to a certain point I'm like out. And then sometimes it'll get to a point where I'm like, you know what, let's put the Hunger Games on, which is sounds like a wild choice because there's a lot of hooting and hollering and screaming at some points and they're like but I turned that shit way down. And I don't know, it's just that's my gun.
There's a
Um
Western kind of theme going on here. I don't think they have guns.
Yeah, they have guns. Not
Oh,
maybe
maybe
like
in
in
the
the
later
arena.
ones. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In the when they're like rebelling.
Yeah,
Rebelling?
rebelling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I haven't watched those movies like start to finish in a minute, and I think I'm due.
I think I did it last year. I did the books and the movies in a very, very short space of time.
Yeah,
Like
always. You
I
have to.
devoured,
Yeah. Oh, I'm
devoured.
so excited for
Oh, the Haymitch
Haymitch's.
one? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've spoken about how much I love Woody Harrelson and how much I would do
Yes.
things to him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure this has come up before. I'm like,
Hmm.
he is so weirdly attractive. I'm like, man,
I see it. He's charming.
he is. He
He's a
is.
charmer.
I do like the weird looking ones. Don't know why.
I think it's a thing. It is a thing. Well, like if you're like too pretty or
To
too
be fair,
beautiful.
I want a ridiculously attractive man. I want like a trophy husband.
You want a himbo?
Yeah,
Yeah. I can see that for you.
I really want one. I've never been with somebody more attractive than me. Not tooting my own horn here, but like genuinely, I've always been like weird looking dudes. I would very much like to be with some ridiculously attractive man.
I could see you with someone who was like necessarily like unintelligent, but like just a little like
Yeah,
himbo, like a little spacey, but a heart of gold.
heart of
And
gold, can like build shit, but like
yeah, just
not.
very simple. you
Yeah,
know, these are his tasks. This is what he does. My job
yeah.
is build,
But he
right?
would, yeah, 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 Ken. That's
Yeah.
what we need. Yeah,
Yeah.
and like this is it. He would like look after me. I would be his world,
Exactly.
but there would be no real light behind his eyes.
No. The only
Yeah,
light would be for you.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's. I think that's what we're manifesting it tonight. Yeah, amazing. I love
It's
it.
out there. It's in the universe.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
It's cooking.
The universe is a cooking. Is a cooking.
Low and slow. It's going to be
Yeah.
tender and umptious and delicious.
Speaking of Christmas and cuffing season and this time of year and all the rest of it, do you have any cool Christmas traditions?
I don't know about traditions necessarily, but we just had a very, very, very early Christmas dinner with my dad's side this past weekend. At the Christmas dinner, we had like a gag gift thing. So everyone just brings a used item or items from their own home and gift it. And we all put it under the tree. And then, starting from the youngest person there to the oldest, you can then pick one of the gifts, open it
Ah.
up, and then the person following can either steal what they've picked or pick a new gift, and so on and so on and so on.
And
And
if your
so,
gift gets stolen, do you pick another one?
yeah, you can pick another one or steal from somebody else.
Ah. This
Yeah.
sounds like it might get a bit bloody.
It can.
Yeah.
Thankfully, because it was a gag thing, it was like not super high stakes. But in other years, we've had like gift cards, so with like a
Mm.
a purchase cap. Um, and there were like some really nice gift cards, and people would be like, "Get the fuck back!" Like, but one of the gifts that I grabbed was this big sack of nail polish or varnish. I was going to say parnish. Because we say polish and y'all say varnish.
I say
Um,
polish.
you say polish? Maybe that's more
Yeah.
of like an English thing.
Yeah, I think it might be
Varnish.
an English thing. Don't
Yeah.
lump me in with them.
Sorry. Um, but yeah, so it was like I was like, okay, right on. But I did notice that they were all like shellac things, which is great because I get shellac all the time, but I don't have a UV light to do it myself. So it
Yeah.
was kind of pointless for me to have it, but I was still like, you know what, this is great. And
I
then,
think the universe will probably bring you a UV light now.
well, let me continue. My brother's girlfriend was up because she's older than me, so she was after me. And she's like going over and looking around, and she just comes straight to me and snatches the bag away from
Oh, no way!
me. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily like a tradition, but it's a thing that we do
That's
more
actually a
often than
belter.
not.
I'm going to take that one. That's
Yeah,
cute. I
it's
really
fun.
like that.
It can get a
My
little competitive and a bit cutthroat.
When I have my massive family, obviously, we'll
Yeah.
need new traditions.
Yeah.
Because as you know, I don't have a big family. So yeah, but so my one of my biggest aspirations in life is to somehow amass a very large family. Whether
Mhm.
that means I move into a commune, whether I birth the children, whether I kidnap the children, whether I kidnap the people, whether it's dogs. Some way I'm having a big family, okay?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll take that tradition. And yeah, maybe I'll move in next to you. You never know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know what was funny? The other day I was thinking about the fact that because we've talked about it before that you don't have like the largest family, and I just had this image in my head of you being the matriarch and having like several kids, and they all have several kids, and you've just been the start of this massive family tree.
I
And I'm
really
like,
hope that was a premonition. That sounds lovely.
I don't know, it felt pretty real. I was like, this is happening for her. This is
Hmm.
definitely in her future for sure. And you're like the grandma that started it all. And everyone's like,
Yeah.
Sammy, Sammy.
That's so cute. I love that.
Yeah. I'm putting it out. It's out
Let
there.
her cook. Absolutely.
Let her cook.
Speaking of our other chef, have you seen the new advert for Calvin Klein and Jeremy Allen White? Have you seen
Is
it?
there a new one?
Yeah, it just came out. That was so Canadian, man. Is there a new one?
Sure,
Just
go
every
ahead.
now and again, you're so Canadian. It's funny.
Well, I
Um,
am.
I know, right? Yeah, there's another one. I just saw it posted on Instagram the other day. This is why you don't get it because you're a few days behind on Facebook. You know.
Yeah. A few months.
Yeah, a few months behind. You'll see it by like in the new year.
Next
Um,
year.
Yeah, I do love. I would never buy a cat. But beautiful man. He makes a sandwich that like he is like the bear. He is Carmy in this
Mm.
advert,
Oh,
and he's
okay.
and he's like making a sandwich the way he would, but it's like a peanut butter and jelly or something like that. Like it's the most basic looking sandwich in the world, but it looks like he's creating like some kind of insane. It's very cool. I like it. It's very
Yes,
cool, and
chef.
obviously he's we love him. We love him.
Yes, chef. Right
Yes,
on.
chef, indeed.
Love that. There was this thing I saw on TikTok, and it was like a Jeremy Allen White lookalike competition.
The guy that won did not look like him at all.
I thought he did.
Did you? I was like,
Yeah.
no.
You're
I
like,
was
no
I
chance.
was I was not attracted to the man that won, so therefore
Couldn't be.
couldn't be.
Yeah.
Couldn't be my Jeremy. No. I think that Jeremy Allen White should be British. Like he looks really he looks like he comes via scheme. Like I don't
He looks what?
he looks like he comes from like a council estate, like a scheme. He
Oh, I didn't
looks
know what that meant.
yeah, he looks like that yeah. He's a wee gremlin. But I'm trying not to insult him because obviously, like, I'm not insulting him because he's really fucking beautiful.
And he's gonna
But like,
listen to this.
yeah, I know. Sorry, sorry, Jeremy. My bad.
Love you.
But also because I think 'cause he's in Shameless as well, and I sometimes forget because obviously Shameless is such a British show.
Yeah.
It's such a and it's just so quintessentially like a scheme family that we all know what that's like and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And I just forget that he's because he looks like he's British. He looks a little
I
bit
get that.
like
I could see
Vermin,
that.
and you know,
He does look a bit like a rat.
and that's what we look like. Like, I'm sorry, but that's just what we look like. Okay?
Yeah. Well, well, I think everybody, again, TikTok, everyone falls under you look like a rat or a frog
Yeah.
or something else. I think those are the main two, though.
I bet was there not is there not four of them? I feel like there should be four.
Probably. But those are the only two I can think of right now.
I'm a frog. You're a frog. Are we frogs?
I feel like, yeah, I'm a little
Maybe I
froggy.
could be a rat. I could be.
I feel like
I
you could be like a bit of like I see in here froggish, but like in the most cute, beautiful way. But there is like mousy, like not rat, but like cute little mouse wrote in it.
I used to get called Buckaroo because I
Uh-huh.
had bucked teeth.
Oh.
Right? It was awful. They would draw bucked teeth on all of my folders and jotters and everything. It
Ooh.
was like the bullies at school.
Oh,
Um,
fuck them.
yeah, yeah. It was pretty fucking. It was pretty brutal, man. So I see rabbit, but I think I might see it because of childhood trauma. You know, I tell people you're the first person that hasn't laughed in my face when I I've told them the Buckaroo story.
Well, because
Like,
bullying's not funny.
I know, right? You don't laugh at me, okay? Guys,
No.
Jesus.
I thought for a sec you were going to tell me that like the staff were doing that. And I was like, what the fuck?
That would be fucked up though, right? But no. I mean, they probably were behind my back. God knows what goes in a teacher's staff room. Like, I need to speak to people actually that are teachers now. I do know a couple. Be like, do you hear all the rumors? Because do you talk about them?
Y'all talk
Like,
shit about the kids?
do you know what's going on? When
Oh, they
shit is floating
must. They
about?
must.
They must know. There's no way you can't know when like insults are being launched across classrooms and yeah, they're saying things like, "I know what you
Bullying,
did."
the gossip, the
Yeah.
crushes.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, all of it.
Did you have an inappropriate crush on any of your teachers?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, like, not like crushing hard, but I definitely have found teachers attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my grade 9 science teacher was a cutie patootie. And he was like kind of young, right?
Yeah, we had a couple of those. There was one. I
Mhm.
mean, I'd still marry him to this day. Who was a student teacher, and I was in love with him. I still think about him regularly.
Mm.
I would dump any man for him.
Hit him up.
And this is the thing is obviously he would have been what, 23, 24, when I was 16. So like actually, the age difference then completely inappropriate. Obviously,
Yeah.
do
But
not under
now,
any. It's not. But now, I mean, that's nothing. When
nothing.
I'm 34 and he's what, 40, whatever. I can't even do that maths. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's hot. I'm just saying. Hit me up. Um,
Hey.
I know. Hi, Arun. No, as far as I'm aware, he has a beautiful wife and some beautiful children and a fabulous life.
Oh, well, that's
So yeah,
fine.
obviously that's amazing.
Great.
Obviously, yeah, obviously that's fine. Whatever.
Good for you.
Fucking hell. Yeah, he actually got married whilst I was madly in love with him. So
Heartbreak. Oh, unrequited love.
I know, I know, I know,
Tragic.
but it's fine. It's fine. Ah, I have just. Oh my god! Right. So this other weird thing that in a million years, I did a shoot at the weekend. That's like my big shoot of the month, as you'll know, as you know anyway, but maybe not. The people don't know. And I was shooting with two other models this time, who I'd never met before. One of them, we went to high school together. She's like a couple of years younger than me. She's your age. She's 31.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we were just chatting, and I was like, yeah, I was in Perth yesterday. I was picking up a coffee table from my aunt. She's like, what were you doing in Perth? I was like, oh my god, I grew up there. She's like, oh my god, I grew up there too. It's like, what school did you go to? So literally, I've just real. I'm gonna ask her about this teacher because I'm gonna be like, did you also think he was fine AF? Because everybody did. Everybody did. I'm not alone, and I've just realised I'm gonna speak to her about it. And I was like, what are the chances that the two of us end up? It's such a small world.
Such a small world.
Such a small world. And we're just
Yeah.
running into each other and being like, I cannot believe it. Cannot
No.
believe it.
Canny.
Canny, I canny. I'm canny, pal.
Canny.
Oh, pfft. Yeah. I feel very burpy after my monster, and I'm not a burpy person. But
You got the
also,
bubbles.
all I've eaten is 3 bars of chocolate, some ice cream, and So
A well-balanced diet. You're missing the nuts, the gum, and the popcorn. That's your
that would
problem.
that would be the thing that makes me live forever. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in and hanging out with us for another episode of Unfiltered, Uncensored, Unhinged. I've been your host, Sam. Kat has been your other host, Kat, and we've had a thoroughly amazing time talking complete and utter garbage. I hope that you really enjoy us. We want to keep coming back for more. Thank you so much for all of your support. Let us know how you got on with cuffing season, and we'll let you know next week if I end up doing something stupid on the apps or not. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Can you see that it doesn't seem to Can you see that? It doesn't
So,
seem
like,
to know. It doesn't seem to know what this is. Look, it's
yeah.
just. Oh my
It thinks
god, maybe I'm haunted.
you're possessed.